A quick history of VISOgraphic. My father purchased it in 1979. It was a small litho company and really had kind of slow growth, kind of organic over the years. We moved in from small litho to LED UV, toner, digital technology, inkjet technology, and just recently into inkjet web technology. I kind of say that we're a general commercial printer, which I know can be a dirty word at times. We kind of cross a gamut of a large set of product lines. We do everything from small digital work, short run litho, long run litho. We get into packaging, we do book work, direct mail. There's quite a few avenues that we kind of venture into, and the latest was the inkjet web technology. We have about 70 employees total here at Viso. We're about 50,000 square feet. We run 24 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. When we got into digital, that really kind of changed the game. We're pretty big in direct mail now, which is hence us going to inkjet print technology and the finishing aspect. And that's really become kind of the foundation of our work now, is what I would say is your variable data, direct mail aspect of printing these days in marketing. Back when I started, one of my supervisors in the back said, "Hey, I really would like to get some MBO folders." And I was kind of like, "We have folders." He's like, "It'd really be better if we got a couple MBOs." And we ended up buying a few used folders, and I saw a dramatic difference. And even though they were used in older technology, they were quite easy to run. I noticed the make-readies going down. It was much easier for our operators to do transition jobs and do make-ready. So that was when we started really getting into MBO. It wasn't until we got the inkjet web line where we said, okay, now we need something to complement the ability to get down a lot of rolls and get them off fast, and that's really where MBO really took off for us.
When I started at Viso, I was handed the MBO purchase, and I noticed that they had an unwinder and a cutter and a 381 cutter scrap line. And I talked to the ownership here and told them that they really need the DFT and they need a right angle for folding and gluing. The DFT is the digital folder. It runs in line in tandem with the other MBO equipment and can increase your speed up to 60%. I've dealt with MBO for about 15 years. My prior experiences with them was fantastic, and I'm a big supporter.
Well, when we looked into inkjet web, we obviously didn't even know what we were going to do for folding. And as we looked in, everyone kind of said to you, hey, you got to get your finishing right first before you buy a roll press. And I don't think I understood that at the time because no one really elaborated. So I really thought, hey, I have 6 or 7 folders here. I'm going to sheet it and I'm just going to use, the legacy equipment that I have. And I think the biggest difference was when people said you got to figure out your finishing is because you can really take advantage of your ability to get rolls to finished product if you have the proper finishing line. And that's really made a big difference. It's reduced labor, efficiencies go up, turnaround times go down. It's been a game changer for us. And when you look out in the marketplace, and we were researching what to buy, MBO kind of speaks for itself. Everywhere we went, they had an MBO line. If you're talking about any big shop, anybody who's got multiple machines, they all have MBO lines. Going from sheet fed to finishing off a roll has made a significant difference in not only productivity and efficiency, but also reduction in labor. I can tell you in the first quarter of this year, since we've been running the finishing line, compared to last year, our sales are about even, and our overtime is 50% lower in the bindery as a result, and that is specifically due to the MBO line. When we looked at who we were going to go to as a provider for our finishing line, one of the things that we liked about MBO was they have great service. They're in the area, great technicians, great salespeople who really understood the product. They've been there a long time, which actually makes a huge difference. In terms of the learning process from going from sheets to rolls, it's seamless. The machine reads the marks, it sets up the cutting, and then after that, it's regular folding. It's just like your traditional model. And to be able to set up a line and basically just have someone catching at the end. I don't have any skilled labor, cutting, setting up folders, maintaining the run. Once the roll's going, the MBO just runs and there's literally just a person off the bat catching and checking quality. The installation process was easy. We had a guy named Lou who knew everything backwards and forwards. He had the machine up and running right away. He had our guy trained in probably 2 days, and that was really just to understand the sheeter and the evacuation system. After that, we were off and running immediately.
MBO did a fantastic job training the staff because some of the people that are trained and can set up the folder now didn't have any experience at all in a bindery. One of the people right now that does does our setups and runs our MBO was actually an assistant supervisor at one of the previous employers that I worked at. So I know for a fact that she did not have any bindery experience and she picked it up pretty quick. One of the hardest things I can do is find people. In fact, when I do find people, they've been taken. It's much better to actually homegrown your talent than it is to try and purchase it from the outside, because you can end up in bidding wars considering there's probably 6 or 7 people in this area that would take them from you. One of the best things about MBO is that it's very modular and you can add stuff in at a later time when you accumulate that kind of work.
You know, we were able to buy the unwinder and the sheeter. We ended up buying a folder with a right angle. We ended up buying a 381. And there are some other ancillary pieces of equipment that I know we're gonna buy down the road, like a DPS. Really, what I like is that I know that everything communicates with it. I know I can just get it whenever I need it. It's not something that I have to worry about getting another line or worrying about communication. And MBO is not only modular, but they have so many things to offer that I know that they have a solution. If I get a new book of business, whether it's stitching or coding or affixing or plow folding, I know that they have the equipment, and so it gives me confidence to not only know that they have the service behind it, but I also have the ability to go out to our sales reps and just say, hey, this is what I need, give me a solution. Where do I see VISOgraphic in 5 years? Well, I really hope that I see a continuation of growth in the inkjet market, more dynamic print with more variable data. And quite honestly, I'm not really concerned with the finishing aspect because I know that whatever we throw at MBO, I know they have the solutions to provide us the answers.